what's going on in Palestine and Israel right now? I don't know. They've had 72-hour ceasefire. They keep on the extension of this ceasefire. Let's see here. Now, on August 19th, there's a 24-hour ceasefire. They've killed 9 Gazans. They've fired rockets. There's still, peace talks fell apart. Okay, so there's no peace. It's still at war right now. Okay, so they had a 24-hour ceasefire. The ceasefire stopped. Israel and Gaza are still at war right this second. How many babies are dying? Who knows? We don't know. So this the Israeli fucking force started their war on July 8th, 2014, right? 4 days after the fucking 4th of July, they say, we're going to have a 4th of July of our own, and we're going to light the fucking children on fire. So they're sitting there, Operation Strong Cliff, Operation Protective Chip. They should be Operation Cut the Grass, right? So they needed to cut the grass. They knew that Hamas and Fatah was going to unite and have a unity government. The entire world was for that unity government, but Israel was not, and so Israel had to be a provoking fucking little crybaby fucking asshole. Sitting there fucking, they started the airstrikes. They had, they pushed for more settlers into the region, and all this belligerent talk, right? So, and plus that he's been talking like a psycho ever since he's fucking been in there. Because of the white hair and he talks real nice. Is that why Netanyahu's getting away with this type of shit? So that happened July 8th, right? So that's when they launched the fucking operation. And they said they did it because, let's see, launched in June. The stated aim of the operation was to stop rocket attacks, which had started in June, and Hamas claimed responsibility for July 7th following the Israeli crackdown on Hamas members in the West Bank. The crackdown was a response to 2014 kidnapping and murder of Israeli teenagers by Hamas members, which they admitted 2 days ago. After an Israeli airstrike killed 7 Hamas members, Hamas itself fired rockets into Israel. So, the Operation Protective Edge, they're fucking bombing everybody, airstrikes. Now Hamas is firing rockets. Now they're like, hey, they're firing rockets at us. We got to defend ourselves. And then they go and they fucking kill a lot of people. So they had 1,300 Israeli airstrikes on July 13th. August 5th, Israel's combined ground, air, and naval forces struck 4,762 targets in Gaza. Hamas, Islamic Jihad, other militant groups fired over 3,000 mortars. So, August 10th, another Egyptian proposal for 72-hour ceasefire is negotiated. August 19th, the conflict is the deadliest military operation to have taken place in Gaza since the Second Intifada. Though both the exact number of deaths and the percentage of the dead who are militants as opposed to civilians have been in dispute. According to Gaza Health Ministry, 2,040 Gazans have been killed and 10,196 have been wounded, 80% civilians. 2,040 Gazans killed, 2,000 of them, and 80% are civilians. So that's 1,600 of them. That's 1,600 fucking innocent people that were dead. They were killed. 1,600 innocent people. So, 711, 35% of all deaths, women and children. According to the Israel government, 40% to 50% of Gazan fatalities have been combatants. 64 International Defense Force soldiers have been killed. All right, so 500,000 Palestinians have been displaced, so they have no place to go, right? So if you haven't been killed, you're not living in the house, you're running to these. They bombed fucking schools, hospitals, United Nations, schools and hospitals. So even the peace groups that are there, they're bombing them. The Israelis don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about United Nations. They don't give a fuck about America. They do as the fuck as they like. And that's how Netanyahu talks to Obama. Don't you dare make me tell you again to trust me. This is what the fuck I think is going on. Don't you dare. And that's exactly the mentality that I thought he had in 2008. So you had the 2008 Gaza war, and he was like, don't you dare tell me what's going on. He wanted to fucking show Obama what the fuck was up. And so, I don't know. I think Obama's got to fucking stand up to Netanyahu. Who the fuck is, I mean, yeah, AIPAC and that shit, but even if your best friend kills a person, kills, a fucking baby, you don't support your best friend killing a fucking baby. You love them, you care about them, but you committed a crime. So either quit being their friend, because they committed a goddamn crime, but don't go around telling them that they're, fucking Mother Teresa and that they're great fucking people and everybody should be friends with them and we need to protect them and how great and innocent they are. They did nothing wrong. Bullshit. They killed 2,000 fucking people. I saw the pictures. I saw them babies. So many fucking babies. My God. And Americans just like turn the two. They don't give a shit, right? Oh, you know, what the fuck? It's all them people. Those people are always doing that, right? The brown skinned people. Poor brown skinned people. Second Intifada started September 2000 when Ariel Sharon made a visit to the Temple Mount, seen by Palestinians as highly provocative. The Temple Mount. I guess that's something that's... Both parties caused high number of casualties. So about 3,000 Palestinians died and 1,000 Israelis, 64 foreigners. So that was in 2000. So they had a second Intifada. All right, the second Intifada killed 3,000 Palestinians in 2000, and in 2008 you had the Gaza War, which killed 1,000 to 2,000 people, and now you've had over 2,000 killed recently. So that's what Israel just keeps doing periodically, like every 3 or 4 years. It's the exact opposite of Thomas Jefferson. He says that the tree of liberty needs to be watered with the blood of patriots and revolutionaries, right? So, or patriots and tyrants. My bad. Patriots and tyrants. So it needs to run with, you know, the bad people and the good. But really, it's just the fucking good, the fucking innocent are being destroyed. So it's not even the tree of liberty isn't getting the blood of the tyrants. You know, the tree of liberty needs some more blood of the tyrants. So I want to talk about the incidents or the stuff that happens right before then, because this is why all this shit's happening, right? So it's not just they kidnapped 3 fucking kids and they attacked them. It's all bullshit. It's all theater and show. They got to put on a show, put that shit in front of everybody, like kind of right now with the fucking beheading video, right? With that beheading video, Barack Obama stood out in front of it because he knows it's going to be bad, and people are going to be scared about, is this shit real? What's going on? What's going to happen? What are we doing? And so it's the show, right? The whole fucking show. He already declared he's going to bomb in fucking ISIS, and he probably should. You know, we're an empire, and since that is our fucking mantle, I think he probably should actually do it like Libya, go in there and do what you need to do and then get the fuck out. But yeah, they've taken a lot of fucking American shit, right? So, you know, you want to get mad about WikiLeaks and fucking Julian Assange and Bradley Manning's still in fucking jail, right? You all pissed off about that shit and fucking punishing them assholes. Meanwhile, you know, this shit goes on. Alright, so Operations Brothers Keepers, a large-scale crackdown of what it called Hamas's terrorist infrastructure and personnel in the West Bank, ostensibly aimed at securing the release of the kidnapped teenagers. So Israel knew the whole time those kidnapped teachers were dead, teenagers. So bullshit, it's all propaganda. They're getting the war machine started. Now you have 10 Palestinians were killed in numerous raids. Let's start at the beginning, okay? So June 12th, you got these teenagers that were abducted in the West Bank. June 12th. Then you're going to have Israel's going to invade almost 1 month later, right? In July 8th. So the fucking kids are fucking kidnapped, right? They blame Hamas. The IDF say the 2 men Israel suspects kidnapped were known members of Hamas. No evidence of Hamas was offered by Israeli authorities. They showed no evidence of this shit. So let's see. August 5th, Israel said they had arrested Hassam Kawasimi on July 11th and suspected him of organizing the killing of 3 teenagers. Okay. This is not any... Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, so Israel launched Operations Brother Keeper, large-scale crackdown of what it calls Hamas's terrorist infrastructure and personnel in the West Bank, ostensibly aimed at securing the release of the kidnapped teenagers. 10 Palestinians were killed in the numerous raids. So you got 3 dead, you know, Israeli people. Now you got 10 Palestinians who's dead. So eye for an eye means that Palestine should declare war on Israel now, right? You didn't just kill... Were they fucking, you know, innocent people, or were they part of the fucking, you know, kidnapping people? And how many? So they killed 10 fucking Palestinians, and you had 350 and 600 Palestinians. Nearly all of Hamas West Bank leaders were arrested. So, including nearly all of them. So they got most of the West Bank, but they also got, you know, 350, 600 people. So they have airstrikes. They have 10 Palestinians were killed in the numerous. So they have the fucking kidnapping happened immediately. Israel's being provoking us all fucking get out, right? When they had the unity government, they were sitting there pushing for settlers and all this other shit. So they're being provoking assholes. They're being provoking assholes because Fatah and fucking Hamas made an agreement to rule Palestine together. So when they decide to rule Palestine together, that's when Israel becomes a total fucking asshole. Just like when Israel was first established, the whole world was against it. Just like when Israel commits any of the crimes that it commits, the whole fucking world's against it. Just like they're doing right now. And we're going to go along with this shit. It's fucking wrong. It's immoral. The whole world's against it. And we're still going to fucking protect our little evil Hitler. Our little evil Hitler in the Middle East. We're going to fucking let evil Hitler do whatever he wants to do, right? Oh, Hitler, what the fuck ever. You want to kill some fucking Palestinians? Have at it, hoss, right? Enjoy yourself. It's fucking sick. It's sick because I also know, you know, I'm speaking out about it, but I also know that nobody gives a shit. So it's fucking sick that it fucking happens, but it's also sick that no matter what the fuck, like, unless I can get positions of power, you know, unless I can get, there's nothing I can really do about this, you know, change my electoral system, like, so dramatically. But that's going to take electoral process. That's going to take, you know, years. That's going to take a campaign for years. So what can I do? And that's not even trying to get out of it. It's real. I care about this shit. You know, if more people are like me, if more Americans cared about this shit, and we elected good fucking people that wasn't just trying to, you know, willy-nilly kill whoever they want to. So. Okay, so you have the 3 kids that get fucking kidnapped, and then they have airstrikes. They have a raid. They killed 10 fucking Palestinians. They have 600 that they fucking pick up and they throw into the slammer. The air raids that had happened before this happened, okay? So the unity government was June 2nd, 2014. That's when it happened. June 4th, the day before NASCA Day, the Israel Housing and Construction Ministry published tenders for 1,500 settlement units in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, and a move Minister Uri Ariel said was an appropriate Zionist response to the Palestinian terror government. According to Bishara, military analyst Al Jazeera, Israel hoped to disrupt the Palestinian National Union government between Fatah and Hamas by its operation. So that's what they were doing. They're being provoking fucking dicks. Hamas and Israel want to get together, and now they're pushing for settlements, right? Let's do some fucking settlements. There's also an airstrike. Israel launched an airstrike in the northern Gaza Strip that injured 4 people. So nobody died at the airstrike, but they fucking issued an airstrike, right? So you have airstrikes. Fatah and Hamas are going to be together. Israel fucking has airstrikes that injures 4 fucking people immediately, right? So automatically they're already attacking. And not only do they attack, but they're pushing for more settlements. So they're just trying to be fucking dicks. They don't like the deal. They don't want, you know, people they don't like to fucking rule this shit. So teenagers are fucking abducted, and then after the teenagers are abducted, you have they arrest 600 fucking Palestinians. So right, just go in the neighborhood arresting everybody. 10 of the Palestinians were killed in those raids. So if we care so much about these 3 fucking kids, why don't we care about the 10 Palestinians that were killed in the raids? Were they innocent? What about the 2,000 kids in Palestine that was fucking wiped out? Those kids don't fucking matter. So let's all cry and mourn for these 3 fucking kids, right? Make a big old public display about it when you already knew that they were dead. You knew they were fucking kidnapped and dead, but you're going to be like, hey, let's start a campaign, let's start a war, let's get the kids back and shit. And you kill 2,000 kids in the fucking process of doing it. So Palestinian kids aren't worth jack shit. Who gives a fuck about Palestinian kids? Let's just fucking throw Palestinian kids, you know, blow them up into fucking million pieces and not give a shit. But if the Israeli kid, they're fucking, you know, kidnapped, let's care. Let's have the entire fucking war machine back them up. If, like America with the Native Americans, if they were integrationists, you know, if they could say we're all in this together, then that would be another thing. And if they can't say that, then they have different land. Even America, like, we have reservations, right? Like, eventually they got their own piece of ground. I guess they could be encroaching on territories. And there was the second battle of Wounded Knee in '73. Leonard Peltier still in fucking prison. So there's still Native American atrocities. They're basically all wiped out. I don't see Native Americans every day. Like, on a day-to-day basis, I don't see any Native Americans at all. Not even like 1 or 2, ever. There's no Native Americans whatsoever here. And so if Americans in America, the way they think about Israel and Palestine is you have to wipe out the fucking land so then the good fucking Christian Europeans can fucking live there. And if that's the same mentality that they have in Israel, and it does seem like there's racism, right? Jews are white and the Palestinians are brown, so, and then the Israel supported by the West, right? So Europe and America, and then the Palestinians are Muslim, so then that's the Arab region in the Middle East. We're fucking with the Palestinians, and that pisses off, you know, that Muslims see that shit. They see what the fuck we're doing. And we've been fucking with them for a long ass time. So it's no fucking surprise, I guess, that this sort of type of hatred, the whole world sees the shit that we're doing, okay? So when they talk about Palestine and Israel, that's a sticking point. Look at what America does to Palestine. You think they would think twice about invading our country? They wouldn't think twice about it. So, and I think the same thing in terms of Palestine being us. Look at Ferguson, right? So they use those smoke canisters, right, against the fucking Palestinians, and they use those same smoke canisters against the fucking protesters in Ferguson, Missouri. It's the oppressor versus the oppressor, rich versus poor, the colonized versus the colonizer. And we're the ones on the bottom. And hopefully David beats Goliath.